just this day is a beautiful reminder that we can set aside a time for stillness, a time for silence, to be able to connect with the self, with the Supreme, and therefore also the whole human family. We've forgotten about stillness and silence, and I know that when I have a moment just to be quiet and let myself go inside, I can connect with the peace which is my original state of being. And in that peace, I can connect with a being who is the Supreme, the Absolute, the Divine, by whatever name it is we choose to call that one. And because of that relationship with the Divine, it becomes very clear that all of us together are one human family. And in that discovery of that silent, still space within myself and the dignity that comes from this, I'm able to see others with that vision, recognizing their dignity and being able to give them respect. And so just this day has enabled many, many, many people to become aware of stillness as part of a very, very busy lifestyle, and to also remind us of that love that holds us together, which is a spiritual bond, which is discovered through silence. My own journey was one in which I was going through a period of many questions, no different to many young people today, or many older people also. But at that time in the 60s, London was in a very interesting phase. It was the Mecca of the world. It was a swinging 60s, and on the one side was Western society, the permissive society, and then the Eastern way of life, a very traditional Hindu way of life. And I was there in between, seeing all these different paths and directions and not really knowing which direction I wanted to go in, or even whether I wanted to give a commitment to going in a specific way. And so I waited. And I was very fortunate, because it was at that time that I discovered the path of spirituality and meditation. And through that, I was able to discover that I need to be true to my own inner being, true to my own conscience. And the way to get in touch with that still, silent voice that's waiting to be heard is by creating that space inside of silence. And when I can hear my own inner voice speaking to me, then I know the direction I need to go in. And so, especially at a time such as today, when there are so many choices, and yet mostly not enough wisdom with which to be able to make our choices, to take the signal for a moment of silence and to connect with my world within, and also to connect with the divine, definitely gives us guidance of the direction that we need to be moving in. And through that, we discover peace in our own lives, but we can also become instrument to bring peace to others. And so just this day is a very beautiful reminder of what it is we need to be doing to create something very beautiful for ourselves, but also for others around us. I know that another part of my life was the whole aspect of thinking, well, I don't want my life to be for myself alone. I would like my life also to be something of service to others, so that I'm giving a contribution to the world around me. On the one side, I see a huge amount of suffering in the world, and on the other side, I see, well, I've had many privileges, and so what is it that I can now give back? And so this is what made me decide that my life had to be not for my own comfort, but it had to be one in which I could serve others. What I've found is that in today's world especially, coming to know the self, coming to know the Supreme, is absolutely critical in order to be able to take the right path in life and to have the quality of actions that bring me contentment and can share happiness with others too. Om Shanti.